Oh, there we go. Yes.
It took a second. So I haven't really done very much on this quiz thingy.
Well, do we want to go over the prep first, or do we want to go straight into the quiz?
I'm game for whatever you want to do.
Well, do we have any questions about the prep?
I am probably not going to bug you guys too much about it. I have a pretty good idea, but I think I'm just going to get together and talk with and talk with some friends and see if I can understand this a little bit better.
Because if there's anything that like I could help now, I'm down.
I think do you remember how I said I struggle with the questions and how they relate to the math part of it? I'm just not wrapping my brain around that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, this one, so for the quiz, you don't actually do any actual math until like the last 3-4 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Because they have you do math for like one question to like find the z-score, but we know how to
yep, I can do z-scores.
Practice for that. And then finding the p-value. Unless I did it wrong, I'm pretty sure you just look at the z-score chart grid thing.
The z-score grid thing?
Yeah. Like you look in to see what your z-score is, and then it'll tell you what's the probability value, and then you just compare that to your significant value to see if you would reject the null hypothesis. To reject the null hypothesis or fail to reject. That's the one thing I don't like about this unit is it's fail to reject or reject. So it's like, to me, it's like reading it right off the bat, I'm just like, I'll see like fail and I'll see reject, and I'm like, well, those mean the same thing, but then it's like one of them's a double negative.
Exactly. Which screws everybody up.
Yes. And then, which, I don't know, that makes it a little harder for me to remember like type 1 or type 2, I think.
Yes, I think it's just a matter of for me going over it a couple of times for it to stick. So I don't have to keep going back and looking at the material, and I will actually remember.
Yeah. So I think, well, Jewel, do you want to go into the prep or do you want to just start the quiz?
I'm okay with starting the quiz.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the quiz will probably include a lot of the things that I was having some issues with, so maybe that will help me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, once you guys net it, that'd be fun.
So do you guys want to just go question by question?
Yeah.
No, I'm doing. Okay. So for the first one,
question 3.
The true hypothesis?
I got the null hypothesis.
The null hypothesis.
Oh, I thought you said 3. I was like, what?
Question.
Okay. Oh, question 3. Sorry, my bad.
No, you probably said it. I probably was just not paying enough attention.
If I didn't make myself clear, that's on me, though. So, yeah, question 3, the null hypothesis.
Okay, so will you help me understand that one a little bit better?
Oh, okay.
The probability of obtaining a sample statistic is at least as extreme as the one that was actually observed. Oh, so you're basically just saying this. Okay, I know. I got it. I'm with you.
Yeah, which one do you assume to be true? So you always assume the null hypothesis is correct until you reject it.
Prove it otherwise.
Yes. And so I actually really like question like 5, 6, and 7 because it like brings me back to like elementary school, I guess. Not because because you know when the greater than less than is the alligator.
Yeah.
So it's like, so you have the alligator that would like eat the bigger one, but the way to remember which side the tail's on is you just finish drawing the alligator, and that's my favorite thing about this.
Oh. I never did that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they took all the fun out of it for me. Okay, so isn't the two-tailed test the equal sign with the slash through it?
Yeah, not equal to.
Okay.
And then question 6, I got the mean is less than 10.
Everybody's so quiet today. I think this week has been really long. I don't know about you, but I think it's like nap time for me.
I had to step away for a little bit. I'm watching my cousin today, so.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Brenda or Brooklyn?
So for 5, the two-tailed ones is the one that doesn't have a tail, basically, is how I think of it. So not equal to is what
Yes.
I got. Did I miss something? Are you on 6 right now? What number are you on?
Oh yeah, we just finished 5 and we're just started 6, and I think it's A.
Yeah,
Less
that's
than
what
10.
I like to think of it as like the V. You want to do the tail is whatever.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Other side. Like
Oh, that's perfect. That's
arrow.
a good way to remember.
So the arrow is pointing to the left.
Perfect. Thank you. Those are the kind of little tricks that I need to put in my
Yeah, I
head.
just said finish drawing the alligator, but arrow works too.
I thought that was cute too. I heard you say that. I stepped away, but I overheard it. And, yeah.
Aww, you pay attention to me. You must love me a lot, Joel.
So 7, the arrow's pointing to the right. It's the tailed one.
So 7B, and then
In failing to reject the null hypothesis.
well,
Oh, that's right. I need to write better notes. I remember
so
reading them.
in my notes, it's funny because like the only thing I really wrote down was if the p-value is less than the fish-looking thing, the A, it looks like an A, but it also looks like a fish. If it's less than it, you reject it. So then I just did the opposite, which is greater than. So I would guess that's fail to reject.
They said in the reading, like a fun little saying you can say is, if the P is low, reject the null. So I don't know how they said it was a fun saying. It doesn't really sound that fun to me. But
Yeah, unless you say it 5 times fast.
the P is
Go,
low,
go.
reject the null.
Yeah, okay, you win. Okay, which for number 9, the P is low, and so you do reject it. So I got
Wait,
B.
so for question 8, you got A, right? The first
I
one.
did. For
Okay.
question 8,
9.
I got A. For question 9, I got B.
Okay, cool. I'm caught up then. So in the little saying, because it says, so an insurance company is reviewing its current policy rates. When originally setting the rates, they believe that the average claim amount was 1,500. So that way we can say that Okay.
That's the null.
The null is always what equals it. So
Mhm.
it is 1,500. That's the null. And they are concerned that the true mean is actually higher than this. That's the alternative means greater than null, right?
So yeah, so for that I got C.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So that means the next one is A.
Yes. And then
I said because the sample size is large, it's a good assumption for the next
oh yeah, and then it's because of the central limit theorem. Boom. Last unit. Nailed it, I think. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm slow.
You're good.
For the next one, I got the z-score. Is the test? I can't talk. You know what I'm trying to say.
That's a hard word.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, because what I did is just because the test statistic, because it says that the insurance company randomly selects the group of 40 and calculates a sample mean of 1650 from that. So I thought that was the test statistic.
In the reading,
You're right. I see where I goofed.
Okay, so tell me, will you help me with this one then?
yeah, let me find it. I wrote it down in my notes. 1 second.
We need to determine how far x of the line over is from u. Since we know the standard deviation, we can use the z-score to determine if x is far from the assumed value. So you use the z-score to determine.
Yeah, so like for number 5, write down the formula for computing the test statistic for the hypothesis test for a single mean when sigma is known. I said what I thought it was in the reading was the z-score formula, but maybe I misunderstood the reading.
But then it also says p-value is the probability of obtaining a test statistic. That's a hard word. Such as z, at least s extreme is the one you calculated, assuming. I am very confused as to what the answer is.
I think I'm just going to stick with z-score because
I changed
I didn't know that's what it is. Because just in the reading,
That's what
saying the test statistic formula is the same as the z-score formula.
I would say the same thing. I thought you were saying it was different. I'm like, I don't see anything else that says that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that.
So for question 14b, which is also Z.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What are we on?
Well, we're now on 15.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yay. Did you get a z-score of negative 0.15?
Yes.
Cool. And then I didn't get a third decimal place.
Me neither, so I just put a 0.
Okay, cool. And then...
And if we get it wrong, we could use our second chance to fix it.
Yeah.
And then 16, is the p-value the same as the z-score or no?
No.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking the p-value is like the test statistic, and since the test statistic is the z-score. But how do you compute the p-value then?
They have a grid.
Is it the grid or is it the app? What is it?
Oh, the p is the probability?
Yeah.
So then you put in the z-score of negative 0.150 and the applet. Negative 0.150. And do you unclick one side? Is it just one side? Hello?
I think so. One sec. Let me try and get to where you are right now. Blah, do, 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 do.
This back says
What happened? 3 days. Okay. So negative.
so if it's decreased, would it be less than? It would be the left side, right?
Whoa, wait. I think we need to go backwards. I don't think it's negative 0.150 or 15. The reason being is because there's a sample of 36 sales. And we didn't take that into
Oh, so you need the square of 36.
Okay, so we do 144 minus 150, and then divided by what's divided by the
Standard deviation
40 divided by 6.
Yes.
So I get 0.09. Negative 0.09. Negative 0.9.
One second. Oh.
So negative 0.9. So it would be 0.184. That's the probability, right? What's that?
What did you guys get? I got 0.9.
Yeah, that's what I got for question 15 too.
So now there really isn't 3 decimals.
But when you put that in the applet thing, you just highlight the left-hand side, right?
I have no idea.
Huh?
Ruth, you just highlight the left-hand side?
Yeah. What? Because it's the null is less than. I mean, the alternative is less than.
Okay.
So you would fail to reject, right?
Since it's bigger. Yeah. Yes. So that means we accept the null. So we have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150.
Yeah. So we accept the null because 0.184 wait. Yeah, 0.184 is greater than 0.05.
Yes.
So we fail to reject the null, meaning we accept it. So this one confused me a little bit for 18. So is it B or C?
Well, we fail.
I think it's C, but I could be wrong.
I think it's we have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150. Because it's usually you accept null or you fail. Sorry, you either reject null or you fail to reject. And since we fail to reject, wait, I don't know.
So we fail to reject, and that means that the null hypothesis is true. So if it's true, then we would be accepting that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't know, because insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150 is the same as we have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150. And the wording of fail to reject kind of makes me think maybe C is right, but I don't know.
Well, if we did get it wrong, we can always go back. We have 2 tries. Ooh.
So are you thinking it's B?
I
Yeah,
am.
I'm gonna put B for now.
I agree.
And then, so,
Hypothesis.
so type 1,
Yes.
I feel like 19 is type 1.
Yes, it is.
Cool.
And I just looked at the chart that they gave us in the reading.
Yeah. That's a good chart. I have it in the prep. So uh, 20 also confuses me.
Sure. It's even smaller than before, so before it's even bigger.
So would you get B? Because what it talked about was having, if we wanted to decrease. No, just kidding.
So because it's smaller, it's even more likely that P is going to be big. So it's even more likely that we're going to fail to reject, right?
So I know that because.
So I think you're right, type 2 error.
Okay, yeah, because in the one of the questions for the prep was if we wanted to decrease the probability of type 2, we would increase the significance. So if we're doing the opposite. Okay, cool. And then for 21, I also.
Are we saying B? Sorry, the probability of a type 2 error will increase?
That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry.
for 21, tell me if I'm wrong, but in the prep, they did, the significance level was 0.01, and there was about 1 in 100 chance that there'd be a type 1. So that means that the answer to 21 is 0.05.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it either. Can you re-explain that?
Okay, so in the prep, the question is, if the analysis was done at a significance level of 0.01, what is the probability of committing a type 1 error? And the answer was there was about 1 in 100 or 1% chance that there would be a type 1 error. So would that mean if the significance level is a 0.05, that there would be 5 in 100 chance, 5% chance that there would be a type 1 error?
Yes, I think I do remember that in the reading. So yeah, so 5%. So 2 decimal places, isn't that the same, 0.05?
That's what I put.
There's a 1 in 20 chance that it will be rejected in the 0.5 level of significance.
Okay.
So it's just what A equals, right? It's just the 0.05. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Don't submit your guys's yet, because I just submitted mine.
I already did.
Oh.
18 is wrong, and that's the only thing.
18. So it was C. We have insufficient evidence of the true population mean.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to retake this. Take this. You didn't submit yours yet, right, Heather?
I am right now. Hopefully I
Oh.
didn't mismark something like I
Wait,
usually.
18.
Change
6 to
18 before you
18.
submit it.
What's that?
We need to change 18 before you submit it.
I did. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
I'm slow enough. I caught that while you said it. This is how my Wi-Fi and my brain is working slow, so I'm in trouble.
You're just like, oh, I'm submitting it right now. We're all like, no, wait.
It's still going. I've never seen it process this long. Anything I've tried to look up today has been super slow. It's still submitting. I don't know what's wrong. I think my Wi-Fi is broken.
Let's see if I can finish the quiz before your computer lets it submit. Just
That'd
kidding.
be funny. There's Brady. Wait,
Man, my head hurts so bad.
I think my computer's broken.
Uh-oh, it's still not submitting.
Yeah, I'm still watching it. It's like watching grass grow or snow melt. I have a feeling you're going to have your quiz submitted first.
Gee.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to do because it's not going. And I'm afraid if I refresh my screen, do you think that will mess it up?
Well, do you have your answer saved? Usually if you have it saved, it won't be a problem.
Try refreshing it and we'll keep our answers up so we can tell you what we picked.
It's so weird. Okay, it might. To continue with attempt 1. This is so weird. Okay. I had another quiz do this to me last week where the quiz didn't even show up. It came up with like a blank screen. It was really weird.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to get it fixed? Like, did you email your teacher?
I just sent it in the next day. Sometimes I feel like I'm a pain because I end up with like operator error, and sometimes it's yay! Okay, it went through. Hallelujah.
15, we got negative 0.9, right?
Which one?
For 15, it was negative 0.9.
Yes, ma'am. 16 is 0.184.
Oh, you want me to pull up the answer? Oh, you have
I
it
can
too.
give it to you.
You got it.
17 is fail to reject.
Hmm.
18 is C. Type 1. B. and 0.05.
And we
They
all
go to-
understand why we got 18 wrong the first time, right?
Yes.
No, not completely.
I think it's because, let me go back to it. So I think it's
In-
because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ruth, since you understand it, but let me see if I get it. So what is your conclusion for this problem? Because we failed to reject the null hypothesis, I think it's worded that way with the weird double negative that we're talking about, is because if we were to just say, oh, we're accepting the null hypothesis, then we have sufficient evidence that the true population mean is 150. And that's if you were to say we're accepting it. But because we're failing to reject it, we have insufficient evidence that true population mean is less than. So we're failing to reject it, meaning that we're rejecting the HA, right? We have insufficient evidence that the true population mean is less than 150. And that's why I think it's worded that way. Whereas if we were to just accept it, it would be we have sufficient evidence. But because we're failing to reject it, does that make sense?
I kind of think I have it right here in this wording. Okay, so if we are unable to reject the original hypothesis, is that what we're talking about? Are we failing to reject that?
Yes.
Right? Then we do not conclude that it is correct. For example, we do not know that Einstein's, we do not know that Einstein's, what is it? We do not know that Einstein's theory of relativity is correct. We have simply not been able to disprove it yet. Is that what goes along with it? In the same way, we can never prove a null hypothesis is true. We can only gather evidence against it. If we get enough evidence, we reject the null hypothesis. So you're not saying that you sufficiently, like you're not saying that it's true, you're just saying that you, never mind. I'm confused. I'm seriously confused.
Yeah, I think I get it. It's hard to explain because of the wording of it. Like, yeah, what Ruth was saying, it sounds like double negatives. But I think for the most part, like, as long as I just think, okay, maybe there is a purpose to how they word fail to reject, then maybe that's just how I'll remember. It's always the double negative sounding one. We have insufficient, you know.
I see. Okay. I'm with you. I am with you. Which is kind of the same thing that I was just saying, just in the opposite direction. So you can't say, I know what you're saying now. I reread it. Insufficient evidence. The true population mean is less than, which is basically the opposite of what we really concluded. Right?
Which
okay.
To me looking at it the first time, I was like, they're the same thing. But we had to always.
It does seem the same thing. But one is more like positive. It's like we're absolutely saying that we have evidence that the true population is, the mean is 150. So I understand.
When we don't really have evidence, we just have a lack of evidence.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. I'm with you. I am. I'm just a little, I'm a lot slow today.
Me too. Today was a long day.
Yes. Long week, long everything.
We did good.
We wrapped it up before 8 o'clock, Ruth. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still shopping for cleaning stuff.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for all your help. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for all your help. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. Have a nice night, guys.
It's Tuesday.
You too. Thanks. I'll go ahead and make sure this gets submitted.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.